Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. We have more news for the Conjuring house. I decided to go ahead and jump into it when I saw it. This is by the Providence Journal, which I guess is the local newspaper or the local kind of news coverage for Rhode Island. And I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for you guys. You guys let me know. And they came out with another article that kind of, it made me scratch my chin a little bit and was like, oh, so this is interesting. It is the Conjuring house in danger of losing license to be open to the public as a business. I'm assuming this has to deal with the owner specifically. I'm not sure if they're actually planning on shutting the business down completely as a whole. I just don't know. I think what they're probably going to do is just, for obvious reasons, just shut it down. Shut the entire operation down. Obviously, the owner has been saying a lot of unhinged things to a lot of people, and even people making reviews of going to the location and dealing with the owner and it not turning out so great. And people are now saying that people in the paranormal community have been speaking the truth. People should stay away until further notice, until another owner comes in and takes over. And I'm just taking a guess that this is pretty self-explanatory. I think this is going to be, the owner's going to have her business license taken away because she is just not in the right state of mind to be running a business. And that's not me trashing her by any means. That's me just saying what I obviously think from what I've seen her say. It's not a good look. So let's go ahead and dive into this and I'll give you guys my thoughts. All right, I'm on the little screen up here again. Here it is. It looks like we have a video, so we're going to go ahead and watch the video. Make it big screen one up.
I've been looking for a while. I've made offers for a while, but it just ended up not being the right thing. So something in me was, I guess, waiting for this. But as soon as I actually saw the listing for this, and then as soon as I saw this, I was like, I really want to own this property. About the land, yeah, just the open acreage. The stone walls are amazing. I'd love to know the history of those stone walls and who built them. The path that leads down, there's a footbridge that crosses the creek or the river that runs through the property. That's just beautiful.
Okay, so it's just the owner talking. Gotcha. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. This is by Paul Edward Parker, Providence Journal. This was published at 5:09 p.m. Eastern Time, October 25th, 2024. Updated 8:31 a.m. October 26th. This was updated today. Okay. Interesting. All right. Beerilville. After its owner has twice been committed for psychiatric care at 2 area hospitals, the Conjuring house is in danger of losing its license to operate as a business. Interesting. The centuries-old farmhouse, where the parent family said they were tormented by a malicious spirit in the 1970s, a story that inspired the 2013 horror movie The Conjuring, has been owned since May 2022 by former Boston real estate developer Jacqueline Nunez. She has operated it as an attraction, offering tours, overnight stays, and camping on the property, among other events. This year, Nunez told the Providence Journal that she has been in dispute with former employees at the Conjuring house. She also said she'd been committed overnight to a psych ward at Landmark Medical Center in July and for more than a week to a psych ward at Fatima Hospital in September. This is what we want to know. Will the Conjuring house have its business license revoked? On Wednesday, Nunez was notified via the town's online licensing system that Police Chief Colonel Stephen J. Lynch has marked as not approved of some of the information she had submitted to renew the entertainment license that allows her to operate the Conjuring house as a business. So her license, her business to kind of use her business as an entertainment kind of area for people has now been pretty much not approved. More than likely because they're all aware of where she is right now. They just do not find it to be safe. If I had to guess what's going on with them. Based on submission I found it to be inappropriate, I rejected it, Lynch told the Journal Friday, declining to give details about what she had submitted on forms that asked for information about ownership of the business and the property, information, liability, insurance, and information to be used in a criminal background check. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I don't know what she submitted either, but if we're going to go by what we see on social media, and what well-known people have been saying, so like Jason Hawes, just people on YouTube, herself, the Providence Journal, the news coverage. I mean, there's just so much there that would probably make anybody want to reject a business license. Like, no, I don't think you should be opening this place up to the public. I did not know she was actually going to get it, reestablished and rechecked and reapproved. So now that we know that she did, this is no surprise that they obviously turned her down for obvious reasons. Not even just what she submitted, but for just everything else that's happened. And if this guy is I think police chief, Colonel Stephen J. Lynch, police chief, he knows all about it. The Journal has submitted a public records request to the town's clerk office for a copy of the information Nunes submitted. When asked whether his concerns about what Nunes had submitted were related to her commitments to Landmark and to Fatima, Lynch said, "I believe the behaviors that landed her in those hospitals are consistent with her submissions that she made with her application." So we can already assume that some of the things that she's probably saying on these submissions are very similar to what she has said, what have got her into those psych wards to begin with. So I'm not too far off, I don't think. Have the police been called to the Conjuring house? Lynch said that other than 2 times when his officers escorted healthcare workers to the house, the police have not been called there to deal with any problems this year. The Conjuring house license expires at the end of November. Okay, so we're getting to the verge of it expiring. Business in Bureauville face a November 1st deadline to submit their applications to review by town officials, including the police chief, the fire marshal, and the building inspector. The license process isn't over for her, Lynch said, adding that she can correct any defiances on her application before the town council meets November 18th and decide the license renewal. So she still has, I guess, an opportunity to still have her license renewed, but it seems like it does seem like that he still declined it for her. Asked whether she intends to update her application, Nunes told the Journal, "I am not naming Bureauville on my insurance. I will indemnify them from any liability." So we can at least say the police chief did not approve her renewal. And if I had to guess, any rational human being would not approve her for a business renewal. I guess she still has till the end of next month to maybe still have an opportunity to get her business license renewed. But if I had to actually take a legitimate guess, I would assume that maybe nobody in the town of Bureauville who is in charge of some of these things would probably not want her running that business. I just don't see any logical reason why you would want to. That's no offense against her, but personally, if I was to be in charge of something like renewing someone's business license after seeing all this stuff, I would not want to have this on my conscience if something ever did happen to somebody. So there could be an opportunity for the Conjuring house here soon to just be kind of, in a sense, I wouldn't say boycotted, but just done in general. Like, it completely just, the doors are going to be locked and it's going to sit for a while. And I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that some time flies by without any of this drama, any of this ownership, any of this stuff surrounding the building, because unfortunately that's the legacy of The Conjuring, is that it kind of ruined a reputation of a house that I think would have been a very cool place to visit, but it just is what it is. So it's sad. It's sad to see because you just don't want to see it. This is one of those situations where I wish Nunes had gotten a grip. I really do. I don't wish ill will on anybody. I don't wish wrong on anybody. I wish she just took a moment, sat down, and realized her situation and seeked help and just got help, because this could have been completely avoided. But it's just one of those situations where it was too much. But I'm sure that's just going to get a little bit more crazy and bizarre. I'm hoping that nothing happens to the location in the time that it takes between now and November 18th. I'm not saying, again, I don't want to get this out there like I'm expecting her to do something to the house if she doesn't get her way, but at the same time, it's like, with what we've seen, would it surprise me? Not really. And I'm hoping that we don't hear like news that, the house fucking caught on fire or something like that. I'm actually terrified of hearing something like that. All I can tell people is just, a broken record, but just stay away from it for right now. Just stay away. Let's see what happens if Nunes loses her license and if it gets sold again at some point in the far future and it will open back up. I almost have no doubt it will. The Conjuring house is so popular, right? I'm not going to try to quote a director, but when David Gordon Green was talking about how are they going to ever redo the Halloween franchise and do another one, it's like, yeah, the franchise is too profitable. The Conjuring house is profitable. The Conjuring house is popular. It's going to have a new owner and it's going to be open again. Just give it time. See what happens. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Please do take care.
slowing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting get away. On his way, cut stars, tearing the fakers apart. Leave with his heart, no one dare tell him catch me yet, because Jacob's has your back. Consorts throwing down, coming after me. If you caught a chance, 3 consorts is through. You won't be mended.